To configure OAuth with AWS Amplify, start by installing the Amplify CLI and setting up an AWS account. Amplify is a development platform that helps you build, deploy, and manage scalable mobile and web applications. OAuth is an authorization framework that allows users to grant third-party applications limited access to their resources on another service provider's website, without sharing their login credentials. First, initialize a new Amplify project by running the command amplify init in your terminal. This will create a new directory with the basic structure for an Amplify project. Next, install the Amplify auth package by running the command npm install AWS Amplify or yarn add AWS Amplify. To configure OAuth, you need to set up an authentication provider, such as Google, Facebook, or Amazon. Go to the AWS Management Console and navigate to the Amplify section. Click on the Auth tab and then click on the New Authentication Provider button. Select the provider you want to use and follow the instructions to set up the provider. In your Amplify project, create a new file called AWS exports.js and add the following code to configure the authentication provider. This file contains the configuration for your Amplify project, including the authentication provider. To use the OAuth configuration, import the Amplify library in your application and configure it with the AWS exports file. You can then use the auth class to authenticate users and access their profile information. Best practices for OAuth configuration with AWS Amplify include using a secure connection to protect user data, handling errors and exceptions properly, and testing the configuration thoroughly to ensure it works as expected. Additionally, make sure to follow the guidelines for each authentication provider to ensure compliance with their terms of service. In summary, configuring OAuth with AWS Amplify involves initializing an Amplify project, installing the Amplify auth package, setting up an authentication provider, and configuring the provider in your Amplify project. By following these steps and best practices, you can securely authenticate users and access their profile information in your application.